up, dudes? Welcome back to another Wasteland Wednesday video. The last 2 weeks I have spent battling this bike and trying to get it to look the way that I want it to look. I was originally going to post a video on switching out the handlebars to the Clubman handlebars from the pullbacks that I had. It just wasn't working out. I had to wait for the new cables to come in, getting the new clutch cable, getting all that stuff put on, doing the new brake line, which I actually got to use my old brake line that the bike originally came with. So that cool little tail light that I made in one of my last videos, it definitely just kind of melted. As you can see, I'm a big dumb doofy doo, and so what I did was push that socket. When I put the light back together, because one of the wires came apart anyway, it was a makeshift socket. Let's get this out of the way. I made a socket, a really bad socket. And so the socket came out of the housing, the light bulb was touching the lens, and it just kind of melted on there. And I noticed a smell of burning plastic, and this was literally bubbling. And it's not good. It's not safe to use, especially for me when I go on long trips. I know I don't want to be sitting on the side of the road somewhere in the dark trying to fix this. But as you guys can see in my last video, I got it all installed, everything works now, and I've been taking this bike out for a ride a couple times because it's definitely a really different feel than what I had before. It puts you in a much more sport position, and some of you guys may not like the way it looks, and that's okay. I wanted to try something different. I wanted to have that cafe sort of look because I've always wanted a cafe style bike. It's definitely not as comfortable as my last setup. And for me, doing long trips, I don't see it as something I'd honestly be able to do. I think it looks really cool and it's a lot of fun to ride. It's definitely more responsive. I'll go into more detail on that later. But chances are I might actually switch this back up to the way it was before, or maybe even do something different. These handlebars were only $30, so I'm not really tripping a whole lot. But enough of that stuff. So that's why I haven't made videos in the last 2 weeks. So what we're going to be doing today is covering the fairing in some really cool looking fabric, this old scarf that I have. And to the delight of some of you guys, I'm going to try and make this thing work. I've been getting a lot of airflow, and I think the way that my air filter's set up, I'm getting a really gassy smell, and it almost smells like unburnt gas. I don't know how to explain it, but you know when you smell something on your bike that ain't supposed to be smelling like the way it smells? We're gonna cut some of this stuff off, plug this up so it's not getting that unwanted air through that's not being filtered. We're gonna drill holes all through here. I want to make this work. It's time to make this work. It's gonna look cool. So without further ado, let's get started.
Like the ringing of a phone from all the thoughts and feelings that you should never know. My eyes and tongue are dry as a bone. I guess that is a reason to be leaving it alone. And heads will roll hour by hour, 'cause we see it all for we are the watchtower. When all the plan and all the scams change like shifting sands in incompetent hands. Ignore the warnings, the schemes you're controlling, the shit you're dissolved in will all start to fall. The light that you knew will only shift to blue, and the eyes of the red have rolled back in your head. When all is a lie and there's no compromise in this time. This time. We watch them all rise and fall like atoms in a slipstream. I can't control the buzzing in my ears, I can't control direction in a fog that never clears. It's too hard to crack them fears, too easy to be losing all your time between the years.